Everybody, how we doing? This is Garage Hangs episode 1. My name is Chiefheimer. This is my fiance,
Amber. Hi guys.
I bring the mic closer to you a little bit.
Oops. Sorry.
Yeah, pull it this way.
Pull it this way?
Yep, because you're going to have to talk into it. Yep. All right, so this is the first episode we're doing.
Yep.
You're going to be number 1. You're stepping up to the plate and going to help me kick this off. Pretty excited.
Sure am.
Yeah, so a little bit about us. Me and Amber and I, we met quite a long time ago when we were kids, and she moved to Minnesota, and I was out shooting photos for her cousin one night, and I run into her and her dad, and I asked her if she was single, and she said, no, not at the moment, but I got her number anyway, and we kept in touch, and she ended up leaving that shitty situation, and ended up moving back down here to see and be with her family, and me and her have been with each other pretty much every day for the last 6 years.
Yep. Moved in with my grandparents and did not even stay there.
Yeah, you moved all your stuff there, and the first day you moved all your stuff there, you were with me every single day after that.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
And here we are, 2 houses that we rented before, and now we're in a house that we rent from my aunt and my uncle. They gave us a pretty good setup and a good choice. I mean, a good chance, a shot of chance at us to, see if we can make it. We're doing a pretty good job. Yeah. You want to bring up a little bit about yourself? Like where you're born, what you've done, where'd you go to school, stuff like that,
Babe, that's a whole list.
Or you can talk about whatever you want.
Well, born and raised in Janesville, and then my parents got a divorce when I was, I don't even know, 3, 5, I don't know. Anyways, long story short, my mom moved to California. She got custody of my brother, sister, and I, and we moved out there when I was 12 and lived out there for a little bit. Went to high school there, and then when I was 18, wanted to live on my own and moved back to Janesville and for about 5 years, then moved to Minnesota for about 5 years, and then moved back here. I like moving, I guess.
And it's funny, too, is that the last couple of years, me and her have been together. We've moved on her birthday, and we don't mean to do it. It just happens. And
it is crazy.
Hopefully this upcoming time when we move, we don't have to do it on her birthday. She's sick of moving on her birthday, and I don't blame her.
We'll do it on yours.
Even better, it's during the summertime, so I guess it's not too bad. I mean, your birthday's not too bad either. It's in March.
May,
sorry. 6 years. Yeah, and then we recently adopted a dog.
Yep.
We got him from the Humane Society in Jefferson, Wisconsin. Shout out to the Humane Society in Jefferson, Wisconsin. Thank you guys. It's awesome. We've had him now for probably four months or so.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that, like 4 months. He just turned a year in this year, October, so he's still a pup. Yeah, it's been definitely the responsibility bringing him in. With the size house we have, it's getting a little cramped, but it's all good. We're getting ready to figure that next step out, either with my aunt and my uncle, or hopefully something else comes around. But for the most part, we just want to get something bigger, fenced in yard, hopefully, a nice finished garage, nothing too crazy, and then a finished basement, which it could be from the 90s, early 2000s. I don't even care. I just want a finished basement and a finished garage. Goals. Adult goals.
Yeah.
I'm 32 years old now, and I want these little things.
And we have 2 cats.
Yeah, we also have 2 cats that we rescued. One from the Janesville Humane Society, and then one from an old friend.
Yep.
So we have a total of 3 pets, 2 cats, 1 dog. And then eventually, probably when we move and find a bigger place, we will probably get another dog, so our dog doesn't chew up our couch cushions. So that was an eventful time last week. Friggin',
When I got my hair cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Amber got her haircut, she went in the house, and I was actually out here trying to figure out the podcast situation with my friend. And she comes in, opening the door. I swear to God, she looked like she was about to start bawling. I'm like, what happened? So she came in here freaking out. They chewed up a couch cushion, and then a couple days later, chewed up another one, and now Amber's poor sitting on the couch with one couch cushion, and Mac is sitting on his dog bed that we put over the couch cushion replacement. It's kind of funny.
It works, though.
It does. I got my own chair, obviously, I sit in, and then she's got a couch, which it's just funny. It's just...
You gotta laugh about it. You can't be mad. You know,
no.
He's a dog, and...
He is.
We've had that couch for, 2 years since we moved in here. You don't even like it anyways.
I don't like it because the couch honestly is hard. I don't like it at all. I sit on it every once in a while. Other than that, I sit in my chair. And actually, that thing is getting kind of uncomfortable, to be honest.
Yeah. Wayfair. Ugh.
Yeah, don't ever order for those guys. I'm pretty sure they're into, children trafficking and stuff.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm not going to get into that because this is just an opening episode. More or less just kind of talking about whatever, but... Yeah, for the most part, me and her have been on our own path to success in our own ways. We have been really eliminating a lot of people that have been around us. We've been setting boundaries with people, which that hasn't actually been a thing, because the whole time you're with somebody or have a connection with somebody, you normally don't have, for me anyway, I've never had to set boundaries with people because I've never had anyone press my buttons that bad. So recently it's just been kind of really tough to kind of eliminate those people that are acting like that. So
people act fools.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They definitely do.
So
at this point, it's just growth and learning.
Yep.
Every day.
Yep.
Positivity, growth, learning from what we did the day before to be better the next day. I preach that all the time to my friends. And I can't say it enough because it's true. It's crazy that when we wake up in the morning, the first thing that you see is everything you have around you. It should give you a good reason, if not a great reason, to be happy right off the bat, because there are people even in this town of Janesville that don't have what me and her have. Mm-hmm. And I've been trying to express that to friends, and her especially. She understands it. But getting down to the point where you're grateful for your socks, you're grateful for your shoes, you're grateful for the hair tie you have to tie your hair up, stuff like that.
Or even just opening up your eyes in the morning,
Yeah, just like I was saying, open up your eyes just to see that you're here for a whole other day. And the fact that we get up pretty early in the morning and we don't go to bed until late and sacrifice that little less time of sleep to do fun things, hang out, whatever the case may be, or even do something like this.
Right.
And... Sorry, I was waving up some ash on the floor.
I don't think they can see that.
I'm just messing around. but I also want to give a shout out to 608 Trace for starting his 608 podcast. Kind of got me into the mood to wanting to start my own. And the first step was getting the mics and all that stuff, and I got everything, and then I actually ended up getting a different mixer than the one I was supposed to get. Well, I did get it, but I was having a lot of problems with it. The internal mic on the computer not having feedback, it was frustrating. So I found something randomly on Facebook, or I think Instagram. It was an ad for the Vocaster, and I was like, that seems pretty cool, seems pretty easy, and I'm gonna go get it. Drove to Rockford, went and picked it up, came back here within 5 or 10 minutes, had it all hooked up, and I was hearing sound through my headphones. It was a great feeling. I'm like, yes, finally it's going to work. So happy.
Deep, yeah.
So that was pretty cool that we got that to work. So, and here we are. I've pretty much been shooting photography for about 14 years. I've been doing art since high school. Pretty much anything for me to be creative, get creative, draw, paint, do art and photography at the same time. Music. Since I have all this now, I'm going to find a music program and start hopefully making music when we get a finished basement so I can get that off my chest, because I've been wanting to make music for so long and I've never actually been able to do it. I had a studio at our old house temporary studio. It wasn't like nothing crazy. It was kind of old school hookup setup. Didn't have a booth really. I just used a closet, and it sounded good. It was cool and fun, but yeah, I just didn't. I wasn't feeling it at that time, so I stopped doing it. Mm-hmm. And now that I have all this stuff, I want to get back into it.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What?
You got anything you want to talk about?
You like to talk.
I do like to talk, but I'm not going to talk the whole time.
I'm just letting you talk. You're just trying to cram everything all in one.
Not necessarily cram it all in one.
I was just kidding.
But yeah,
I just go with the flow.
You have to.
Well, that's what you taught me. Go with the flow.
Yep.
But when you're like, oh, let's paint and pour. All right, let's go.
We're pretty flexible because we can pretty much just do what we want. We don't.
Anybody can do anything,
well, they can.
Whatever they want.
Well, they can.
Hey, you want to learn how to golf? Go ahead, go do it.
Mm-hmm. It's just that making that initial step to go do it. Literally, it's just all you gotta do is stand up. Stand up and go. It's like, it's not hard to stand up and just grab the golf clubs and go. If you don't have a set of golf clubs, holler at me. I got 3.
I thought 2.
Oh, I got 2 sets of golf clubs. So
technically you have 3, but I'm using 1.
Okay, so we have 3. Amber uses 1, so we have 2 open. If anyone wants to golf, come golfing with us. We go and we have fun.
Yep.
End of this year, I kind of stopped drinking heavily as much as I was. And so I went golfing with one of my buddies, and it was super weird not drinking golfing because when you're drinking and golfing, it gives you aiming juice. That's what it's for. Is that it's supposed to make your aim better. Shout out to my dad for saying that. he calls it aiming juice, and I think it's hilarious because if anything, you're not getting a good shot at all. So.
It also gives you the courage.
It does too, and sometimes like
Loosey-goosey.
When I'm drinking, when I'm golfing, it kind of puts me in the zone. Yeah, but once you get to a point, you're like, ooh, excuse me, I'm pretty buzzed.
When you're about to drive home and you're like, yeah.
Oh yeah, getting crazy on the 8th hole of the golf cart or the 6th hole of the golf cart. Yeah. I remember I almost tipped one of them golf carts being stupid, drinking with AJ. I think me and him were drinking Jack.
I think that's when you and I started dating. We were on a Jack binge. Shout out Jack Daniels.
No. Like making me see reality 6 years later. I appreciate it. Oh man. You know what I do? I decided to be sober for 30 some days, and I'm now, it's kind of close to my workout date that I've been doing. So I've been pretty much working out every single day. So for 56, today's day 57. And in between there, I've had maybe 15 beers within the last 50 days, 60 days almost. And it's not all during the week, but like a couple of my buddies come over. I had 2 or 3 beers with them. I went over to Amber's dad's, had a couple with him. But like I don't drink during the week, and it was just I got to that point where I'm just like, I think being around people that are drunk all the time, alcoholics, it was just really hard for me now to enjoy a beer with my friends because every time I have a beer, I regret it. And I feel like I just feel like I shouldn't do it because it bugs me. I don't like the person I am when I'm drinking, and it's always been an excuse. So drinking while golfing is definitely kind of to get used to. So
not drinking.
Yeah, not drinking and golfing. Sorry,
yeah.
Not drinking and golfing is going to be interesting because, like I said, I've been so used to golfing with drinking. So yeah. I mean,
can you hear me?
Barely. That's why I said move it toward you a little bit. There you go.
Now can you hear me?
Yeah. Are you going to be awkward like that, talking like that? Stand up and shout.
Shout out to Dad.
Yeah, shout out to your dad. Yep, Todd Glass. Yeah, so the name of the podcast is called Garage Hangs because I have a pretty cool man cave garage, and I like hanging out in here. I have people come over all the time and hang out sometimes. Not all the time, not much anymore, but I do have a few of my homies. I do come over here every once in a while and hang out. I got a pool table over there beyond the camera. I got a TV in here where you can watch games. I got and TV shows and stuff. I have game systems where we can hook up games. You can play beer pong out here.
We had a dartboard. We got rid of that.
Yeah, we did have a dartboard, but obviously with everything in here, there's a lot of space. There's not a lot of space on that wall and that wall due to like having my TV, my tools, my motorcycle, all that fun stuff. But this is pretty much what it is. I'm a diehard Packer fan, have been since I was a kid, and Amber's dad actually inspired me on having a hangout spot in the garage because he has a one-car garage full of Packer stuff, and it made me want to do something similar too. So this is what we do. We call it the Garage Hangs. This is the man cave. And I got some pretty cool memorabilia in here. I got some stuff from Favre. I got old pictures of Favre. That actually, if the white picture with the white frame, the black frame and the white insert, those pictures were actually taken on a film disposable camera and printed off at probably your local Walgreens. Shout out Walgreens back in the 90s. Though like that, you can't get that stuff back.
No.
You can't, like, that person went to that game, took them photos, and it made it like pretty personal. So the fact that I found that at Goodwill is clutch. Yeah, I found quite a bit of stuff, and I'm pretty proud of it. I got a Packer helmet up on top. You guys can't see it. There's a Packer bear too.
No, they can't.
Not like a bear, Chicago bear, but like a teddy bear dressed in Packer stuff. But yeah, I pretty much called it that because I like hanging out in the garage, and I feel like it's a good title.
Yeah,
And
I think so.
Yeah. So that's the whole reasoning behind that, and she backed me up 110% behind it. I didn't make her, but I was like, yo, you want to be the first episode? And she was like, hell yeah. She was a little nervous at first, but just be yourself, be cool, have fun. We're here to talk,
We are.
Everyone is just going to watch and listen.
Oh, yeah.
We're just pretty much entertaining them at this time to, like, listen.
That was creepy. Sorry, I'm watching Mac.
Yeah,
he jumped at the window. He was like,
How's our dog doing? You doing good?
He's doing good. He's looking outside.
Yeah, we would bring our dog out here, but he's crazy. He's hyper.
He's a puppy.
Like she said, he's a puppy. He can't sit still for more than 10 seconds, especially if me and her are doing something like this. He'd be in here jumping all over the place and wouldn't be laying down, and it'd be interfering with the sound and all that good stuff. So,
which we are going to get a DNA kit and see what he is, because when we adopted him, what did they say? He's a blue heeler terrier mix or something like that?
Yeah, it was like blue heeler,
dog.
kettle dog, and then what was the other one?
I think that's it.
No, American kettle dog,
blue heeler,
and there was one other one.
Terrier.
Oh, yeah, the terrier.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we took him to the vet, and they said that he had freaking pit in him, right?
Yeah, no, that's what we thought. We're like, hey, he doesn't look like... I mean, you can kind of see a blue heeler in him, but his face, his, jawline looks like a pit. And then what was the other one? Like, his face... Akita, yeah.
Yeah, the Akita.
But, long story short, he is hyper.
Yeah, with even Akitas, too, I've heard that they are mean dogs. But that's just like the straight breed. It's not mixed with anything, like straight Akita.
Yeah.
But I've also heard people say that Akitas are good too, that they've had good experiences with them.
I mean, people say pit bulls are bad.
Right, and that all comes back down to the training.
The owner, how you treat them, all of that.
Yep.
If you're going to go up to a dog and bark in its face, you're going to get bit.
Yeah.
If you go up to a human and yell at them, it's kind of the same thing. You're probably going to get hit or told to get the fuck out.
Boom roasted.
Boom roasted. So.
All right.
What?
1, 2, 3. What's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie?
1,
Wedding
2, 3,
Singer.
go. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Favorite animal?
Penguin.
Which I knew that. Wobble, wobble, wobble.
What about you? Favorite movie? Go.
Favorite movie? I'm probably going to have to go with Half Baked. Dave Chappelle's a G.
I thought either you would pick Half Baked or Beer Fest.
Yeah,
for sure.
Either one of those are funny ass movies. If you guys have not seen Half Baked with Dave Chappelle, you probably should. It's an awesome friggin' stoner movie. And then Beer Fest. If you have not seen Beer Fest, you are way behind schedule here. Beer Fest. I knew that was gonna happen. My screen timed out. I mean, oh well, it's still recording though, so it's all good. But yeah, that's two of my favorite movies. Yeah, Beer Fest and Half Baked.
Animal.
Animal would honestly have to be. That's a good one.
There's so many.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of the name of it because I wanted one for the longest time.
Is it a snake?
One of them flying squirrels.
Oh.
Like when they're on like the door and then like you put your hand out, they jump and they put all fours out and they like fly around like this. They like guide themselves to the wind.
Yeah. No,
They're nocturnal as shit though.
Remember, we actually like went hardcore and we thought we were gonna get one. We were like, we can get one at the mall. This. Where were we even living?
I think we were living on the center because she said no exotic animals. I thought, was it that or was it on Jackson where we lived in that one small ass one bedroom? One bedroom. We had our bathroom. It was funny. Our bathroom was in our bedroom. It was the only bathroom that we had in there. The whole place. Our apartment was actually smaller than this garage. Mm-hmm. Living room, kitchen, no dining room. Well, we put a dining room table in there. But that was up against the wall, barely any room. And then our giant queen bed in a one bedroom, and then our bathroom that we couldn't both take showers at the same time because it was for midgets. That shower was so small, it wasn't even funny. It was like, I feel like it was like this big.
Yeah, but our rent was like $425. Like,
it was.
You cannot beat that, especially now. Like, what?
Yeah, even from when we moved from Jackson to Center, it doubled. So we paid, what was it, $850? I think we paid $8 or $850 there.
Something like that, yeah.
Yep.
Too much.
Yeah, too much at a place that like was not good at all. Like we had problems there. The landlord was weird. I mean, she was alright at first, but like we started having problems with the house. Living on Centerway in Racine absolutely sucked. Don't ever live on Racine or Center Avenue. Those streets are just ridiculous. If you're ever sick and want to go lay down in bed, freaking there's cars revving their engines, there's bikes outside freaking out, there's people laying on their horns. It's like, I remember when I initially was sick and they said I didn't have COVID, but I had influenza A. I remember laying upstairs in the bed at that house on Center in Racine. And the whole time, this bike's out front. I'm like, and then the semi. I'm like, okay, dude, this sucks. I'm like, we need to get out of this house immediately. And luckily enough, my aunt and my uncle bought a house. Excuse me. We walked into it. It was totally trashed. It was nasty. And we pretty much said, yeah, we want it. So we got out of that. And now we're here. And we all helped redo the inside. We laid down flooring. We did paint. We did all new appliances. We did cabinets. Painted the outside of the house.
That was this year.
Pretty much this year. Painted the outside. What else have we done? We built a shed out back.
You built a shed.
I mean, we.
Okay.
Well, I mean, pretty much AJ built it. If you want to be real about it, shout out to AJ Mills, my best friend. Thanks for helping me build that shed. Good times. Amber, you did help too. Don't act like you didn't help. You came on and helped us.
What, bonk my head like 5 million times?
We all bonked our heads a lot. We were all frustrated.
It was really bad. At the same time, I was really buzzed.
Yeah.
So.
Me too. I think I did more drinking than actually working, to be honest. And that was before I stopped like thinking about drinking.
That was the first day, though. The first day you were like, yeah, party.
Yeah, because we were doing all the easy shit. We were laying down the rock and freaking we built the base, and that was it.
Yeah.
After that, I got serious.
And then the second day, I showed up and I was drunk.
Good times.
buzzed. I don't even know what I
Hashtag drunk
did.
Amber.
Oh my gosh, wasted.
It's not a real hashtag. Don't look it up. There's probably
Yeah.
nothing in. There's probably nothing even on it anyway. Don't waste your time.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much the show. Just a rundown. Topics are open. We can talk about sports. We can talk about family. We can talk about the past, the future, the present. Football teams, basketball teams, Pokemon. I mean anything. Hunting, mechanics, anything. This is open for anyone who wants to get on and talk, have fun, have an experience. Maybe it's been a few years since we've talked and hung out. Maybe I haven't seen you since high school or even middle school, and you want to get on here and have a conversation. That would be cool, and that's kind of one reason why I wanted to start this. I wanted to get to know the people I know a little bit better, to have a good time with them, to talk, to learn, and then hopefully they get educated and learn too. And hopefully both of us, when we leave this conversation and this show, that we have that ability to improve and do good and learn from it, and just not do it just do it just for fun. But at the same time, there's a lesson behind all this that, you know, I'd like everyone to learn, even myself. So
What do you want them to learn?
anything that they haven't, you know, if someone asks me about photography or videography or even this, I don't know much about podcasts, but I could tell you about painting. I can tell you about art. Excuse me. I can tell you about me riding a four-wheeler in the yard up and down the street when it's snowing out. I can teach you how to ride a bike, a motorcycle, you know, whatever you want to know. I'm filled with a whole bunch of stuff. I think I've lived like 3 eternal lives, to be honest, because of how much stuff I've done and been through, to be honest. I feel like I've lived more than like a normal human being should.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Been to a lot of shows. Unfortunately, I've gotten myself into a lot of dumb trouble. Did a lot of dumb things. But I haven't done a dumb thing in like 10 years. So that's been pretty cool.
6 years.
No. It's been about 10 ever since I moved back here.
Oh, okay.
I've been back here about... I've been back to Janesville, Wisconsin for almost 10 years this July. Yep. Because I moved back on 6/13/13. So, June 13th is when I'll be back here for 10 years. And I've not gotten in trouble in 10 years. How dare you?
I never got in trouble. So,
You did, because you went to a house party out in California, didn't you? You got in trouble. You got in trouble.
that was not my fault. Someone told me to go to their car. I think Mac is chewing on the blanket. Someone asked me to go to their car, and I'm such a nice person, and I'm like, what do you want me to get for you? And they're like, can you grab my bowl and my weed? And I never smoked weed, and I got caught by the cops.
That's why you don't smoke weed, guys.
That is why you don't do what people tell you to do.
Yeah, that too. Just because someone wants you to do something doesn't mean that you should do it.
And back to the kind of boundaries thing, kind of what we were talking about
Speak
the
on
other
it.
day. For people like Ben and I, we never established those boundaries with the people in our lives, so it's harder for us to kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? And not initiate. Kind of like set those boundaries with these people now, because now they're all like, well, what's wrong? What am I doing? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? And it's like, nothing is wrong. I'm just doing me.
Yeah, loving everyone that you're supposed to love from a distance.
Shit. Sorry, babe.
It's fine. So, like, there's a few people that I have had really close to me that I've kind of just let kind of go. Not let go completely, but I still love them. I still have the same feelings for them. But the fact is, I want to do so much more. And I can't do it when I'm doing other things that don't really mean anything to me anymore. You know, like the countless days of hanging out with the same people all the time and doing the same